Welcome to the MLM Rockstars Google AdWords training course. This is part one of a three-part Google AdWords training series. Before we get into this, I do want to remind you, most of you probably already know this, but we are a registered Google Engage agency. That means that since we are a web hosting provider, that we have the permission from Google, we have the ability to distribute $100 AdWords coupons. If you are new to AdWords, set up a new account, we can give you a coupon. All you have to do is email and ask, and it's worth $100. You don't have to spend anything over that unless you want to. And this is a great way for you to test the waters, because that's going to be enough money that you're going to be able to see some real results with your AdWords campaign. Now again, I bring this up and I show this from time to time so people know that I'm going to blur out the actual coupons so that people don't try to use them repeatedly. But I just want to show that this is a real website. We are a registered Engage agency, and we are registered to be able to distribute these. And if any of your leads come into the system, you can also use this as an incentive. They sign up for the Rockstars free service. Drop them an email, give them a call, welcome them aboard, tell them to go and check out the Google AdWords training. By the way, if you step up to the pro service, you're going to receive a free $100 AdWords coupon for your first round of ads. Okay, now why do we push AdWords out as the #1 strategy that we recommend? For one, we do have the $100 training coupons, and that's a nice perk. You can use it for 1 month and then never use it again if you don't want to. But the nice thing about AdWords is that you can create an ad, you can set a budget, you can get your ads running, and within minutes your ads are going to be running. You'll see clicks come in within a few hours, and you'll definitely get leads come in your first day. Okay? With other methods like Facebook advertising is also pretty fast, but the ads have to be approved. With Google, they're approved automatically. If you do things like article marketing and blogging, those are great strategies, but those are more long-term strategies. So the nice thing about AdWords is there's a ton of information out there, and on this page that you're looking at, we're going to also provide some links to some additional training resources. Okay? AdWords is something that you can kind of get a basic understanding of it in a couple of hours, but you can spend months really learning how to use AdWords well. Okay? Now, the thing about AdWords is that it does look complicated and it does scare people, but it doesn't need to, because I'm going to show you exactly how to set up the ads that I'm running and the ads that I use, and you can try some of those, use your $100 voucher, and see what kind of results you get. If you're getting the results you want, you can keep running them, keep learning. If you're not getting the results you want, then you can shut it down and try a different strategy. Okay, but it's here for you to look at and for you to attempt. I bring up the Google AdWords help page here, and I've been talking for several minutes, not really showing you anything. There is a ton of training on Google AdWords. Okay, and they're going to show you exactly how you can go through the Google training. They show you how to set up an account, how to start your campaign. There's a lot of information here. Okay, and I encourage you to take time and go through this and look through it. And if you're going to develop one skill that will help you become a great internet marketer, okay, mastering AdWords, mastering Google pay-per-click is probably the best single thing you can do to become a really good internet marketer. Okay, if you want to generate leads from home, build up a huge list with a lead funnel, a self-funded proposal, and pay-per-click like Google AdWords, you can do that. Okay, now the good news is anybody can learn it. The bad news is it takes some time to get everything dialed in exactly right. So you need to be really careful. You don't want to put a credit card number in, set a huge daily budget, and just turn it loose. Okay. Personally, what I do is I always pre-fund my AdWords accounts. You can do this. You can say, okay, I'm going to spend, $200 this month. It's all I scrape together for advertising. I've got a $100 voucher for my first month. I'm going to put another $100 with it, and I'm going to do my very best to be diligent, be careful with this money, and I'm going to set like a daily budget of maybe $10. 20 days that money's going to be gone, and that's okay. Next month I'll reevaluate and maybe put another $100 or $200 in and try again. And that's partly why we keep our costs on MLM Rockstars as low as we can, because we want you to free up money for your advertising budget. Okay? As you bring in pro members, you're going to begin to see affiliate checks come in from MLM Rockstars and from the other products that you can endorse to your leads. And as your affiliate checks begin to come in, those will subsidize the cost of your advertising. And of course, this is all spelled out in our ebook. Okay? All right, now let's dig into what we're going to do here. Today, there's really two parts to this. Part one is keyword research. Part two is on writing good ad copy. If you want to learn how to write good ad copy, there is a great website that's been online for years, and when you go look at it, it's not a very pretty website. It's called the Gary Halbert Letter. Gary Halbert was a copywriter, and he used to sell a newsletter which was $195 a year, and he decided to eventually put most of his content online for free. Gary Halbert passed away several years ago, but there's still a lot of great information on this website. His family has continued to keep the website up and running. They do add some other material to it from time to time. But if you will just take some time here and flip through it, there's some audio interviews. Everything on here is free. This is not an affiliate link. It's just something that you need to spend some time with. And you know, I suggest you spend. Here's an article right here on writing, killer headlines, and I would encourage you to take 15-20 minutes a day for the next month and just go through this and read everything on this website you can find. Listen to the MP3s, okay? And you will learn everything you need to know about writing good copy. All right, keyword research. The first thing we're going to do is I'm taking you back to NPros again because it's a great place to get ideas. Okay, there is a list here of new companies, popular companies, companies that have gone away, up-and-coming companies, but we're basically going to focus on keywords that revolve around network marketing companies. We're going to write a lot of ads that talk about leads, okay, and then we're also going to write about ads that center around MLM tools and techniques, and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. But for example, here is a company called 0 Point Global. I don't know anything about 0 Point Global. They're just the first one on the list here. And so I'm going to go to Google, and I'm just going to search for this company, 0 Point Global. Okay, now it starts to pop up. Okay, 0 Point Global, 0 Point Global products. I assume this is one of their products called Pendant. But let's do 0 Point Global. All right, for this particular product, for this search, I don't see any ads showing up here at all. That means that this one is probably wide open, that nobody else is running ads around this company. We can go look at their Facebook page. 126 likes on this particular page. And so this is a new company with not very many members and not very much traffic. But there's going to be somebody who searches for 0 Point Global, okay? And what you can do is you can run an ad. Let me bring my little notepad document here. And I would do something like joining 0 Point Global. You can't succeed without a stream of quality leads for your business. Okay, and I just wrote this up here off the top of my head. And what are you going to do? You're going to use that leads parameter, 0 Point Global. Okay, now this ad you can probably get for 10 or 20 cents per click, and I'm being pretty conservative there on my estimate. You maybe get it for a lot less than that. Okay, you may only get 4 or 5 clicks a month. Maybe you'll get 10 clicks a month. I don't know. This is one that I could try though. All right, we could see what happens. So we're going to focus our ads around companies. We're going to try to use the term they're searching for. We're going to try to use their company name whenever we can. This would be our headline, and this would be the ad copy. We can also do something like, and this is a little broader, MLM leads would be a good headline. Okay. And again, on another video, I will show you some specific ads that we're running. Okay? But we're going to center around things like MLM leads or 0-point global leads. Okay? The other thing that we can focus on, let me pull this back out of the way. We talked about companies, leads. We also talked about tools and techniques. So let's go back to Google here for a second, and I'm going to search for one of our favorite topics. Let's talk about the self-funded proposal. And I search for the self-funded proposal, and then right down here on the side. By the way, again, I don't see other ads popping up for this topic. I can do related searches. All right, and I'm going to see some items that may or may not relate to what we're looking for. Let's drop off the word self. Let's do funded proposal. Okay, now here we're getting some keyword ideas. MLM funded proposal, funded proposal network marketing. So we pick one of those. All right, and we're getting more keyword ideas, and that's just by using related searches over here. We can also pop in something like magnetic sponsoring. Oh, by the way, Google Suggest is also going to pull in lots of different ideas for you. Magnetic sponsoring, ebook, magnetic sponsoring by Mike Dillard. That may take you down a whole other path where you can begin to compile all of these different keywords. Let's do magnetic sponsoring. Okay, related searches, Mike Dillard. These are different products of Mike Dillard's. Okay, network marketing, building on a budget, MLM leads. See how these all relate together? Okay, free leads, black belt recruiting, and I would look for what are called long tail keywords. Okay, magnetic sponsoring is going to have a certain amount of volume and a certain amount of competition. Something like magnetic sponsoring review is probably going to have less competition, and it's going to be more specific. This is someone who you know is actually evaluating magnetic sponsoring as a product that maybe they want to purchase. And again, you could write your ad to say, hey, are you considering magnetic sponsoring? Check out our free MLM training. And it's as simple as that. Okay? There are some other keyword tools that are available to you. This is the Google AdWords keyword tool, and it's really easy to find. You just go to Google and you do a search for keyword tool, and it will come up. Okay? And even if you don't have an AdWords account or you're not logged in, you'll see it. And you can do something like we just talked about magnetic sponsoring. Let's do MLM leads, magnetic sponsoring. All right, and I'm going to search for these terms. Okay, here we go. It's going to bring in and show you exactly how many monthly searches that term gets, how much competition there is. Approximate cost per click. That doesn't mean you have to pay that much. Let's flip this around so we see ones with lower competition. Mike Dillard's magnetic sponsoring. Okay, not a lot of searches, but only 10 cents per click. Okay, I like that. Here's the phrase, quit paying for MLM leads. Again, 10 cents, low volume. Okay, but you're also going to find ones that get more searches, more volume, but also a reasonable cost per click. Okay, and again, just because the approximate cost per click is high, that doesn't mean you have to pay that much, that you have a good relevant ad. And actually on these ads, you actually pick your own. You pick how much you're willing to pay for each click.